It had been 2 months since Daniel left Lagos for Abuja on a work project. 2 months of silence, 2 months of unanswered calls, and 2 months of sleepless nights filled with questions that never stopped echoing in her heart. Grace sat alone at her desk that evening, the classroom empty, the sound of rain filling the air. She opened her journal, the one Daniel had gifted her on her birthday, its first page still carrying his handwriting. For Grace, whose heart holds 1,000 poems the world deserves to hear. But lately, there were no words. Back at home, her phone buzzed suddenly. Grace, I just saw Daniel at Jubilee Lake Mall. He wasn't alone. Grace froze. The message hit her chest like cold steel. Her first instinct was denial. But deep down, she knew. Daniel had been pulling away for weeks. Fewer calls, colder replies, and the soft promise of, "I'll explain later." By the weekend, Grace couldn't take it anymore. She took the first bus to Abuja, her journal clutched tight like a weapon of memory. The city greeted her with noise and neon, but her heart only felt the quiet ache of betrayal. She found Daniel's office after hours. He was there, standing beside a woman with braided hair and a designer purse. The woman laughed and joked with Daniel as if they've known themselves forever. "Daniel?" Grace's voice cracked like thunder through the room. Daniel froze. His smile vanished instantly. "Grace, don't grace me," she snapped, stepping forward. 2 months of silence, and this is why? Daniel sighed deeply, rubbing his forehead. "It's not what you think." "Oh, really?" Grace's eyes glistened. "Because from here, it looks exactly like what I feared." "Grace, I didn't mean to hurt you. Things got complicated. My firm's been struggling, and I met someone who—" "Stop," she said, voice shaking. "You met someone who what? Who what, Daniel? Helped you forget the woman who stood by you when you had nothing? The woman who stayed up nights editing your project proposals because she believed in you?" Grace returned to Lagos the next morning, her chest hollow. Days passed like years. She stopped writing. She stopped smiling. Her students noticed, whispering about how
Auntie Grace doesn't tell stories anymore.
Then, one Sunday evening, a delivery man showed up at her door. A brown envelope, with Daniel's handwriting. Her hands trembled as she tore it open. Inside was a letter, old-fashioned and written with care. "My dearest Grace, if you're reading this, it means I've run out of courage to speak in person. I made mistakes not of love, but of fear. I feared losing my career, my stability, and in trying to save myself, I lost you. I didn't fall out of love with you, I just fell into my own weakness. You taught me that love isn't about grand gestures, it's about honesty, about staying when it's hard. And I failed at that. If you can forgive me, even a little, I'll spend every word I speak trying to deserve it again. Daniel?" Weeks later, Grace attended a teachers' conference in Abuja. Fate, or maybe forgiveness, led her steps toward Jubilee Lake, the same place her heart had shattered. There he was. Daniel. Standing by the bridge. Looking tired. But still with that same gentle face she'd fallen for. He saw her. Their eyes met. Neither moved for a long time. Finally, Daniel spoke, voice barely above a whisper. Her lips trembled. "Why?" "Because I still love you in every word," he said, smiling sadly. "Even the ones I never got to say." Then Grace stepped forward, closing the distance between them. "Then say them now," she whispered. And under the fading Abuja sunset, he did. And for the first time in months, Grace smiled again.